I'm Sarah Knight, and welcome to It's Got Pockets, where just like finding the surprise pockets in your favourite trousers, I'm bringing you perfect pockets of joy and realness. Every week, I'm having unfiltered conversations with women who crack the feck on, even when life gets proper lifey. Women with experience, expertise and wisdom. Because sometimes the best stories start in the middle. Women who've been there, done that, and they're still figuring it out. Join me for real talk, useful tactics, and all the swears in between that make your life and business feel that bit more manageable. Well, hello, you bloody beautiful bunch of humans, bunch of women, mainly women, because apparently the ex-husband doesn't listen because it's not for him. Welcome back to It's Got Pockets, the podcast for women who are done shrinking to fit and ready to rewrite the bloody rules of what we do, how we do it, when we should do it. So today I wanted to talk to you about the version of you who's running on empty, the one that's smiling through it, holding the sky up, cracking the fuck on regardless of what's happening. And if you're new here, I'm Sarah Knight. I'm a business owner, I'm a northern truth teller, a coach, and a woman who frankly has held the sky up more times than I can count, sometimes whilst sweating, crying, rocking in a corner, drinking wine, not drinking wine, and still smiling and laughing about it with more dark humour than the devil would have, because apparently that's also what we're conditioned to do. And this one is a little bit of a short, sharp shot of truth for the women out there. For you, if you're pushing through, running on empty, and maybe calling it leadership, you know, whether you're running a business, working in a business, whether you're doing all the things for all the kids, you're thinking about the summer holidays, whatever time of year you're listening to it, and you're just thinking, if I just do that, then it will be all right. Let me tell you about what happened this weekend. I felt absolutely blinking rubbish. I don't mean tired or in a little bit of me time. I meant pants. I felt utterly pants. The kind of pants that comes with or from a lovely cocktail of sleep deprivation, menopause, or the hormonal rage was there. And just for fun, let's really go there with the oversharing. A period at 52, just when you think that you're finished, just when you think that it's not going to happen anymore, there we are. Hello, period. Because apparently I'm not done with that either. And with all that, my brain was still buzzing. It was still on, always on. It was all about, what do I need to do? I had podcast episodes that I needed to record. I had to-do lists, even though we're not allowed to call them to-do lists, are we, people? They are action lists or task lists or power lists. Easy for me to say. All the things were growing arms and legs in my head of what needed to happen. And that voice in my head just kept saying, just crack on, get it done. You can rest later. Because that's what I've always done. I've simply cracked on. Because that's what we do, isn't it? We hold the sky up. We don't stop. We push through. Even when every single little atom of our soul is crying out for a break. So last week I kept saying, oh, well, I'll do it on Saturday. And then Saturday came and I still felt like utter crap. I was knackered. It wasn't ill. I didn't feel ill. I just felt utterly done. And then Kath, who's my amazing podcast producer, messaged me and said, so how are we getting on with those solo episodes, Sarah? You know, the ones I promised her 7 days ago. And actually, I didn't have the energy to sugarcoat it or to come up with another excuse. And I just simply told her, I said I felt like absolute shit. And her reply was exactly the reason I set up FoundHer Fire in the first place. The love and the beauty of having the right women in the right room in your corner. And she sent me a voice note that basically said, for the love of fucking God, just stop now. And then she told me her story about when she got to level 52 and thought that she was nearly at the end of the menopause. And then she had the period to end all periods. Kathy's producing this right now and she's probably thinking, seriously, Sarah, are you oversharing about me too? Sorry, Kath, I am. But she gave me permission to just stop. And I actually didn't realise I needed permission because I talk a lot about giving permission to ourselves. But that's the beauty of having the right women in your world, because sometimes you need to lean into somebody else and them to say to you, for the love of God, woman, just stop. This is the advice I give to everybody in my world. And yet I wasn't taking it for myself. I preach it. I teach it. I coach women on it every single day. And yet there I was, still proving, still performing, still over functioning for everyone but myself. I was still trying to earn the rest I'd already earned 300 times over. But this time, and right then, I just thought, what are you doing? I caught myself and I listened and I stopped. Now, let's be honest, I didn't float around doing any sort of breath work. I didn't do any exercise because that was on my should list and I'm taking all the shoulds out of it. I wasn't manifesting any moonlight. I did what I call active rest. I pottered. I did some washing because obviously the laundry is never going to be done itself. And it was really nice weather. So it was obviously, if you're in my midlife world, it was like, oh, it's a fabulous drying day. Let's get all the washing in there. And then felt really smug because I had emptied my washing basket. I achieved, people. So I did feed the reward centre of my brain. I did ignore the suggestion from the husband where he suggested that I put my leathers on and went on the back of his motorbike for a ride. That might sound quite smutty, but that's actually what he wanted me to do. Why would you want to do that in 70 billion fucking degrees? But I said no to everything. No to performing energy I didn't have. No to being available. No to pretending I was fine. And then something amazing happened, actually. The people around me, they all stepped in. The daughter cooked dinner on Friday night. She cooked the barbecue. It was brilliant. And no one pushed, no one questioned. Because when we own our needs instead of hiding them, the world adjusts. Because when we know what we need, when we figure out what we need, when we sit down for just a goddamn minute, we can then tell everybody else what we need, because no one's going to know it unless you tell them, because they're so used to you holding the sky up that unless you say, this is what I need right now, then everyone's just going to do what they always do, which is the same expectations they have of you. So I guess this is my note to myself, but my note to you guys as well. You can't keep giving from a place that's already drained. You can't keep leading. You can't lead if you're limping along. You can't create any sort of clarity if your nervous system is stuck in survival mode. And I know you think you can just get through this week or next week or the weekend, because that was me. Just tick off this on the list, just one more thing and then you'll rest. But that is how we burn out. That's how we keep repeating the same loop. That is how we get stuck doing what we've always done. And then we call it strength. You know, we hold ourselves accountable to the pillar of martyrdom. It's not strength, it's survival. And frankly, we're here for more than that. So if you're listening to this and you're actually thinking, that's me, I'm fucking exhausted, but I just need to keep going, I want you to stop. Literally, just stop. This is your permission slip. This is your intercept. This is what Kath did for me. You do not need to earn your rest. You do not need to push through today. And if you need help stopping, because I know how bloody hard it is to break the habit, I've also created something for you. I've got a stop before you burn out worksheet. Drop me a message and I will send it to you. It's in the show notes. It's got prompts, it's got check-ins, it's also got your permission slip that you can print and put on your fridge and then give to everybody else. Because let this be the time that you actually stop for yourself as well, because success that feels good doesn't start with bloody hustle. It doesn't start with doing all the things, because once you've done all the things, I can guarantee there'll be something else to do. And if you need someone else to be your calf this week, I will be your calf. Message me. Forward this episode to women that need it. And remember, we do not rise by holding it all in. We rise when we stop. Because here's the other thing. When we stop, it starts to shut all the tabs down in our brain. When we stop, it actually gives us the cognitive bandwidth to work out the stuff that we actually do need to crack on with. Because at the moment, when you're doing all the things, when everything's just going on in our heads and it's going absolutely bonkers, in survival mode, we're not able to think about the things that's going to help us thrive. So the fact of the matter is that putting a stop in, putting a pause in, giving ourselves that active rest, what I call quality recovery time, actually gives us the ability to crack on with power, with performance, with what we need to do. Because that's how I feel today. I slept last night, but equally, it's allowed me to go, oh my God, these are all the things I can get done today, and actually do them because my energy has been recharged. Looking at our energy levels and working with our energy levels is absolutely the way we need to move forward, because our energy audit is one of the most powerful things that we can do. What gives us energy, what's draining our energy, and then taking action to do something about it. Maybe what you need to do right now is just simply press pause, say fuck it, get yourself a brew, and sit the fuck down, Doris. Take care, big love, see you next time. As we button up another episode of It's Got Pockets, remember that just like that perfect dress with hidden storage, you've got pockets of potential. You can be exactly who you are meant to be with no one getting in your way, not even yourself. Just remember, you're not done yet. That plan B or plan C might be waiting for you. If you've enjoyed this episode and would like to work with me, or simply want to connect, come and find me at sarahknightconsultancy.co.uk, or on LinkedIn, you'll find me as Nighty S. See you next time.